I mean, they're just cards. They're cards. Tarot is the new PG-13 scare from Screen Gems, a Sony company. PG-13 horror movie, yeah, the studio wants all the coin that it can. And looking at the trailers for this thing, all I thought was, that just looks horrible. But, you know what? Every movie deserves a chance. Okay, so we follow a group of friends who get some pretty reckless tarot card readings from our main hero of this. But she's breaking the one cardinal rule of tarot readings, guys. You never use someone else's deck. So wouldn't you know it, it's a scary movie. They unleash an unspeakable evil trapped within the cursed cards. And one by one they come face to face with their fate, and they end up in a race against the death to escape the future foretold in each of their readings. So essentially the tarot cards are coming to life and killing them one by one. Like, the movie gives you exactly what it advertises. And this movie wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be going in. It was worse. Because even though there were some cool looking monsters in here, there were some cool looking practicals, like, I don't even know where to start. This script has to be one of the single worst scripts I have ever heard in my life. The dialogue in here, I you not, you have about 90 minutes worth of a runtime, so yeah, you do get a quick watch, and it's very easy to sit through. But I felt like I was there for hours on end just listening to these dopes go, whoa, what was that? What the hell's going on here? So what does this all mean? Just like fluff, you could have wrapped this up in 30 minutes. Like, if the whole idea of this movie was to portray the message of don't let fate decide your life, yeah, that's an inspiring message, but you can go to any motivational speaker to tell you that. Or better yet, you could get an actual tarot reading from your friend who's into the horoscope stuff, and it would probably be worth more of your time. And that's another thing. I'm actually fascinated by horoscopes, and I'm fascinated by what the stars are telling you and all that jazz. I'm a Sagittarius through and through, December 13th, by the way. But even with the fascination of horoscopes in mind, and the message of the movie in mind, nothing remotely frightening happens. Which should be the bread and butter of any movie that considers themselves scary. Guess what? It's a PG-13 scary movie. What do you think it relies on the most to scare the audience? Congratulations, if you guessed jump scares, you're correct. God, it was annoying. Because every single little scare that you'd get, I was just sitting there like, okay, yeah, alright. Oh, no, not yet. Alright, no, yeah, oh, they're coming out. No, yeah. Oh, yay, okay, yep, you got them. You got the people sitting behind me. They think this is scary? Really? And look, I get it. All horror is subjective. Not everybody's gonna find tarot scary. Like, I found this movie hilarious. And I don't think the directors who also wrote this stinker want it to be funny. Like, sure, they do write a lot of jokes in here, and it feels like a high school comedy. Like, these idiots are supposed to be in college. And I swear to God, like, this dialogue and what they say to one another, you never really hear this stuff in real life. It just feels like these actors are going into work and they're reading their lines and they're just going through the motions. Which does these actors no favors, because I can't really pinpoint one single memorable performance out of the bunch. And I know there's talent in here. You have one of the girls from the Mean Girls musical, which came out earlier this year, and I know she's really talented and insanely funny. Jacob Batalon is in this, Ned from the Spider-Man movies. My God, they try to write so many jokes for him and everything just falls so flat. And not even just the dryness of the humor. A lot of the continuity stuff just doesn't make any sense. Like, first of all, when you meet this group of students, they're actually renting an Airbnb, which looks like a mansion, by the way. Like, if you go to Airbnb's website, I don't think one mansion is even available for you guys to book. But the script establishes very early on that this mansion is 4 hours away. It is a very hefty distance from their school to this location. And then at the end of the movie, which, my God, I'll get to, one of the characters says, how far are we away from town? And then the person they're walking with is like, oh, just a couple miles. Last I checked, it does not take 4 hours to drive 2 miles. So just little things like that don't really make any sense. And the filmmaking prowess itself, like, I get it. These are first-time directors, first-time writers. I hope that they go on to prosper hugely in the entertainment world. But this is not a great debut for them. Like I mentioned, this script is so freaking atrocious. I'm pretty sure an elementary school kid could write a better script than this. It would probably have a lot more depth and a lot more meaning, and it would probably be a lot more entertaining. And I'm sure they could write a better ending than this, and honestly, it's not a horrible ending. Like, I get what they're trying to do with the message, but there is one huge rescue reveal with one of the characters who should have been dead. Like, there's a whole sequence involving their tarot readings, and per the pattern of the movie, they should have been dead. And Tarot just tries to use a mid-credits sequence to explain why this character is still alive, and it feels so unearned. Like, I was past the point of caring. So yeah, as a scary movie, Tarot is absolutely not effective whatsoever. Subpar performances, which are not helped along by horrible writing, and some promising scary elements and supernatural elements, but everything just added together big picture-wise, nothing really makes any sense. And by the time the credits start rolling, you are just wanting to bolt out of the theater. Like, I wanted to leave halfway through. And there's not very many movies where I get that feeling anymore. Like, this movie was a steaming pile of garbage, guys. The way the stars are aligning, my reading says that Tarot gets a big fat F. And I don't know, that may even be generous. But yeah, if there's any teenagers watching this and you guys can't buy tickets to a rated R movie yet, and you guys think it would be cool to go watch a scary movie, trust me. It's worth waiting a little while. Don't throw your money down to see Tarot just because it's PG-13 and it's scary. We can go to a haunted house. I mean, you can give Tarot a shot if you want to. It probably won't be worth a lot of your time. Like, if you want something entertaining this weekend, go watch The Fall Guy. Like, I want to go watch The Fall Guy again. Seriously. Let me know what you guys thought of this stinker down in the comments. If you guys found any substance out of this thing. And if you're into astrology, let me know what your sign is. I'm curious. Lots that we can discuss over here, and as blockbuster season kicks off with the release of The Fall Guy this weekend, which I've already reviewed that, I watched it last night, much better than this movie. Go watch that if you haven't. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more exciting topics to talk about than Tarot, so if you want to keep up to date with all the exciting things in the cinematic world, this is the place to be. So please do subscribe, tap that thumbs up if you haven't already. This was a really nice cathartic video to make after sitting through that. Y'all are the best, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.